losing it anyway, eventually, but it was still like a better game. And then we wrapped things up on cash with an overtime, actually, which is quite rare for these events that we've been covering together.
Yeah, I remember because all of those first games were kind of. We had one stomp, I think, 16-3.
Yeah, the 16-2 on Inferno. Yeah, I think that was the Machinistana versus Popcorn Blockers.
Yeah.
Game that was just like, okay, guys, this we can just go home now.
Both of us were like, okay, this is gonna be a quick game, and then all of a sudden go into that third map, and it's overtime, and it's we can definitely say we weren't expecting it. Anyway, SkitLite gonna be starting off on the CT side as GoSu are on that T side. Very focused with one at least. Sec will be going down, and they do have the idea of where they're at. Jammy and Pak going in for 2 right there. Pak continuing that spree. Might even go in for yet another one. What's going on? 3 kills so far, and they just allow him. Slow in. Slow this time. Coming in from slope to see if there's anyone close by. Doesn't look like it just now. But does he know there's anyone in shadow? He's giving himself away.
I like what he's doing. Like, he's walking around, like, pre-firing all the positions, but going into an extended duel like this is not when you want to get caught out. And there are men coming in around through CT. So, I mean, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's always going to be firing. Eventually, always going to end up shot in the back, pretty much, but not going to be needed, really, as Stoppy will be able to lock things down. GoSu pretty much just walking up onto that site uncontested.
They did have some duel going on in middle, but it didn't really. It wasn't as extended as I think SkitLite wanted it to be. Right now, they're just gonna focus on going for the stack, with 4 people playing that B site and 1 playing middle. Instantly fired out to 82 HP. Decides to back off. Kipper is taking control of underground, but patiently decides to back off as he knows there's potential for the player to jump down.
Yeah, just taking it slow. You can actually see that there is a little bit of a B stack going on right here. So this slow tempo from GoSu is actually probably, one of the better ways to play it if you're not going to be having 1 or 2 guys just running through the map trying to grab the control like this, because if you do it like in a delayed fashion, I think the odds of you getting caught out by 1 or 2 pistols at close range are a little bit greater. So I kind of like it that they're taking it slow like this, just checking their angles. They did spot the man in Palace as well, so the call has been made, and you can see that the 2 guys are actually making their way up slope without making a sound. So even Sek is still holding on the angle right there.
Trying to cash some extra money in there with the SMG. Won't be able to do so. Keeping a good hold on middle as well from Connector. Still a 5-on-5 situation in the game, which is kind of uncommon to see as that bomb goes down. But there you have the first frag coming in. Jammy with a headshot on Feeney. We'll be reloading, recharging, and getting ready for another duel as Tunkiz is just outside. Going to be executing just now. There you have him going down. Pak. A bit of a long distance fire coming in. Kipper is and him.
Ooh, that's a very nice headshot coming in from Tofi. So
I dig that. I can dig that.
Does respond. Now, mind you, a lot of these plays are very low. A little bit of a panic spray there with a pistol, but gets caught out again. Flanked. And that is going to be the 2nd round on the board here for GoSu. Very convincing. Just a single man going down with that SMG. No big loss, really.
But a very safe round, to say the least. You don't usually see that. Usually they're very quick on deciding what they want to do. This time, they were playing a little bit more passive on that T side in the 2nd round. And I think you mentioned it yourself, knowing that those pistols can do so much damage if they're just around a corner. They decided to go as a unit into that A site. Sek. Getting control over middle. Or at least trying, but he's all by himself. AGs are going to be flying through by GoSu here. Smokes as well. Behind themselves even. Pak with a double. Miska and Tunkiz will be going down. Intensive gameplay coming in.
And well, with that P2000, he does, again, just shave off 1 guy. But they overrun the site with relative ease. And now, guys, we're going to be coming into the first gun round. Now, Tunkiz actually didn't buy armor or anything like that on the 2nd round, so you can see that he can afford an AWP. So bringing that into play on this round To a certain extent, on the T side, it's always going to be a little bit of a guessing game. Did he buy armor? Did he not? Can we expect an AWP or not in this case? They're actually going to bring that over towards Connector. And as you pointed out previously, we saw this in one of the rounds. They put one man towards mid to grab control of that area, but not going to do so this time. Bomb over towards B with a man in support, and then the rest of them stacked over towards A slope like this. And Topi has actually pushed up a little bit right now. Could walk into a trap if he decides to push. He hears the utility come over, catches one man dropping down. Supportive flashbang comes in from his teammates as well. He will be able to get one, but slow in D. Or slow in. He's going to find 2 quick kills right there, making this a 4 versus 2. And they know where the bomb is. They know there are 2 players left for the T side are on B, but Park is going to find 1 killer on Feeney, who's dancing around the B side itself. Smoke coming down to lock out window. Tunkis gets flash out as well, but he still has been able to cross on over away from bench. Now he's onto the site, and now the bomb can go down.
3-on-2 and Sloan with the backstab. Has to be a bit quicker, I want to say. Flashbang lining up, and there you have it. Going for that quick execute. At the same time, together with his mate, kind of sandwiching them in here on the side, but we'll be going down. Pak cleaning off that area, now going in for yet another one. Miska will be falling down at the same time, and now Tunkis, all left alone, has to clutch this one out, which is not going to be possible with Pak staying up for the defense. GoSu with a 4K on Pak, just like that, and 4 rounds as well. That's SkitLite and I'd say heavy deficit right now, because GoSu are going to be up on that 5th round unless now SkitLite goes for a bit of a quasi, which it seems like they are doing with 3 AGs as well on Miska, Tunkis, and Sloan. Maybe they do have some sort of preset plan for this.
A deagle in hand there as well for Feeney.
Underrated as hell.
So good, man. Like, whenever you and I see deagles, we're always going to, I think we both expect at least 1 or 2 good one-taps, but you see now Stovey overpowers Feeney on the site itself. The Desert Eagle, of course, not the optimal weapon for quick follow-up shots at close range. Boost up here. Tunkis does spot out 1. He's going to deploy a frag grenade. But tries to respond. It does a fair amount of damage on that touchdown, but still, they're all locked out to the site. 2 men coming in from apartment, 2 on short. I think at this stage, try to go for an exit frag, secure a rifle or 2. I don't really see them achieving anything substantial in this round.
And it's about that time you should realize that as well. Miska patiently backing off together with Sloan, but unfortunately doesn't make it out alive. Sloan, however, is still in his life, and he's waiting for not only 1, 2, 3 people to pass him before he reacts, and he gets 2, might get a 3rd, decides to back off, only dealing damage, picks up that AK-47.
Oh, that was sick.
That was sick.
That was so good,
you gotta give him
man.
that. Sloan,
love it.
You monster.
I love it. It's so cheeky as well, that not only does he pick off the 1 kill, you can see it, the rifle actually flies towards him.
And the fact that he realizes is probably...
That awareness,
that's,
because it just shoots over his right shoulder.
That plus 200 IQ.
200 IQ plays right there, guys. that was actually really nice now, because that means that he could drop for his teammate. Tunkis has the AWP in play now once again. Didn't find anything in the last round where he had it in round number 3, our first gun round here of this first half. But they need to now find some big impact frags with it, I feel, because GoSu on the T side of Mirage with 5 rounds already ahead. You can't really fight back from such a big deficit if you keep just losing that AWP early in the round. I find it to be such a crucial weapon on a map like Mirage like this. Put it in mid. I don't know, where do you like putting the AWP? For me, the obvious answer is CPL.
Mainly CPL, but then also B in short because it has such a quick rotation.
Yeah, they are. Oh, slow and smoke. Damn.
Wow, and he falls down into his face. Jammy getting a free frag just like that by spraying Miska. Now with 2. Will be going down. Jammy is on fire. But he decides to stay a little bit. Actually continues that push as I mentioned it. And Tunkis will be going down. Tofi. I'd say even if Tofi now has that good position to go into, he decides to back off even. But even if he had that good position, going in wouldn't be worth it, because it wouldn't. GoSu would still have so many opportunities to go for a refrag if Jammy went down, to not allow them picking up an AK-47 or AWP, whatever there might be.
Yeah, and mind you, as well, losing this one rifle is so big if you look at the economy overall here for the CTs, whereas on the other side of things, GoSu, they can afford to lose a player or two with their guns. It's not really going to damage them in the same way. I just want to point out, like, I really like it. Jammy was so aware there as he comes through connection, like, and he hears the man drop down. Tunk is from CPL, so he just finishes him off. Gets a 3-piece in that round, and now, I mean, just look at the stats. 11-1-0 for Puck, 10-1 for Jammy. Those guys are definitely starting to pull ahead on the scoreboard here. Now, again, another gun round coming in. Tunkus is going to buy up another AWP, but yet to find any success with it.
Oh
my, what?
Jammy.
I thought he had that shot.
I think he just missed him by his side, actually.
Must have been.
Yeah. Tunkus, anyways, will be going down right there. Jammy winning the duel. Tofi trying to see if he can get any control. It's kind of sad that that happens because it's the one fight that he gets on middle as well.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Which makes it even more depressing. Stavi, anyways, on Tofi. We'll be taking him out. Miska decides to back off from middle. And I think this is a really good decision from him because when they do come, they're going to come as a unit, and he can just spray them down one by one if he's playing it right. But unfortunately, that support is going to come in by Feeney at the right time instead. He decides to start shooting now, not only exposing himself, but giving less opportunities for his mate to come and support him. Slow-in with that op should just go for the save at this stage.
There's no support coming, man.
There shouldn't be with that op either. I just realized. But I think wasn't Slow-in playing a UMP by the beginning of this?
He did, yeah. So I mean, he's traded up, of course, but still, the matter of fact is still that they're not finding any rounds. Nah,
7-0, and I'd say go for that timeout. I mean,
already
universal rule.
This is like, I think out of the few games that we've played together, I think you and I have actually done like quite well in most of our games we've played together. But if there's ever a time when we both called for a timeout, tell the rest of our teammates it's kind of now.
Yeah.
There it is. They even lose the AWP. Jammy just denies that entire.
They do go for the pause. First time ever.
Look at that.
I think I never thought.
Legend status achieved.
Tactical as well. So there you have it.
Nice. I do like to see this. Obviously, there are certain things they have to talk through. They're just not finding any control whatsoever. And even in some of these duels, like where they have the advantage in terms of the angles, they just end up losing them. So at this stage, like, what do you think they need to switch up? Is it lack of utility use? Are they being inefficient in that sense? The rotations, the feeding of information? What do you think is going wrong right now here for SkitLite?
There was a round where you could see them doing all right. I think we're slow and got the 2 kills on slope so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been their round.
Yeah, that should have been their round, definitely. I think SkitLite really has to adapt into that kind of approach against GoSu. Getting a lot of refrags mainly. Making sure they line up to always capitalize on their frags as well. Maybe take those risks on being offensive as well by the beginning of the rounds. Because GoSu right now are... Their map is their playground, basically. I'm not even sure if this is their map, by the way. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah, that's fair. But I just want to... I guess throwing this one... A little bit of a curveball to production. I had some issues with my inners, so I actually took them off. So if you guys want to tell me anything, you're going to have to come out here and do sign language.
Sign language?
Yeah, I can actually... I know a couple of basic, like... I know some basic sign language.
Yeah.
Like, very, very basic.
Well, maybe our beloved producer does, too. Anyways...
Gonna, like, stand in front of the camera.
Like, and I'll just be here, the most confused human being ever.
I mean, it's... We can get back to that later, because right now you can see that SkitLite are once more going to force up a little bit. Miska opens things up in this game. Puck is going to lose his head to that UMP. Whoa. Nice shot there from Feeney. Finally, that Desert Eagle paying off a little bit as they find themselves with a 2-man advantage. And this, again, we have this sort of situation like we had previously, as you pointed out there. Similar to Slow-in success on ramp. They should be able to hold on to this one. Should be no problem.
You look at it now, GoSu decided to back off from B. Weirdly enough, after having, I'd say, an alright footing on the site, they decided to back off. Maybe they didn't spot the one. I couldn't see if there was an engagement right there. Anyways, Jammy with Feeney going down opens up that ace site a little bit for them. But still 2-on-4. Are they really going to be allowed to do this? Sek with a headshot on Miska, and now Tunkus has to quickly go for the rotate. This is one of those pistol rounds where they should have it, and Sloan comes in at the right time to not only capitalize on it, but actually winning the round 7-1. And it looks like that pause really really did what we were hoping for as well.
It gave them that slight mental break that I think they needed, because like the momentum was just so heavily in the favor of GoSu, so even if they don't have anything specifically planned for, you know, like let's use this pause to talk about a different strat or something like that.
Or maybe they just had to act, oh Jesus, that puberty hit me hard right there. Anyways, what I was going to say is that maybe gave them their time to activate the Sisu again. The Finnish Sisu. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, of course, man.
I think you were the one. Yeah,
I was the one who told you about it
in Finland.
I don't think I did them justice in explaining it. So I had this conversation with one of my Finnish friends, right? And we were trying to sort of establish like what is it specifically? Like how do we break it down in words? Because it's such a specific thing, like to Finnish nationals. Now stepping forward, Miska definitely unbottled his Sisu because he just gets 2 quick kills there. Feeny steps out on short as well and takes the head off Jammy. And now that leaves it all up to Stovey here as the last man standing for his team. The bomb is down in B apartments. He's got control of the site for now, but I think they're very aware of his position. So you can see them slowly gravitating towards that site. He now has bomb control. 1 minute left to work with, so he's got a lot of time. Stepping forward, he's going to take the duel, take down Miska, but he's down to 7 HP.
Does he know there's 2 players?
I don't think so, actually. Gets distracted by the man in kitchen and then shot down. So SkitLite swinging back now, guys. Second round on the board for them. They're starting to build a little bit of a bank there. Sloan and Tofi at $7,000 each.
It's so funny because if you translate SkitLite to Swedish, it's just... It's the best team name ever.
Didn't see it until you said it.
Really?
No.
It was the first thing I thought of, and I did this team like I don't know how many ages ago.
Oh, you've casted these guys before, right?
Like maybe not the same lineup, but I remember their organization. It's a solid organization actually, SkitLite, believe it or not.
Well, can't unsee that. Anyway, going forward into this game. See where GoSu decide to take this. Shoulder peeking out. Tunkus is holding the angle though. Flashbang comes down. Flashed out. Perfectly timed right there. He actually gets trapped up, so he's going to call for the rotation of his teammate to support him. But he does back off, so he's not going to be in the risk zone of getting picked off early. And I do like that he actually readjusts his position a little bit right there. Now obviously he needs to be careful about if they actually decide to slow push through connector. Molly's that out.
It's basically nade wars at this point. Nobody's really doing any physical damage just yet, as I say that. 99 HP on Sloan, but the first duel actually comes in. Flashbang out by CPL. B hops all the way over and gets away from the place before that Molotov lands, which is, again, a very saving factor to getting SkitLite into another win in this one. Jammy now, methodically spotting out these positions, but there's no bullets, nothing flying at him. Smokes are going to be landing, at least blocking vision for them to see him. But Jam is making a lot of noise, and Sloan's going to be ready for that. Tofi goes down, second Kipperus at the same time. We're going down together, leaving Stavi just alone to get one, and then go down himself as well. 7-3. SkitLite definitely focusing on the right thing now, finally. Getting these instantaneous frags, if you will.
Yeah, looking much better on the refragging. Tunkus has started to find a little bit of purchase with this AWP as well. Picking off a couple of players like at longer ranges. Sloan, definitely the big power player right now. He is the one who's representative of the most firepower, I'd say.
Chooses his battles a lot as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
you could see in CPL, he decided not to go for the engagement, instead back off. Because he knew that risk was coming. The Molotov was probably coming. Tunkus.
Yeah, exactly. And to just further, like elaborate on your point, most of the time you'll have the terrorists, so the guys who are sort of forced to the fight. So you, as a CT, you have to respond to that. But in this instance, Sloan was actually the man to take the tempo and sort of seek those engagements, and it did pay off in dividends for him now. So you can see that GoSu have actually switched up their play a little bit. They've rushed over towards short control, and I don't think I actually expect this. Now they're going to shift over their focus towards the A site itself, as they kind of covered. Sloan gets caught out on the site. He was not expecting them to come from this angle at this point in time, and this is going to force Feeny to actually rotate around, come down through connector. Tunkus is pretty much taken out of the equation here by this molly, but now he has a bit of an angle. Two plays actually coming over through CT. Oh, dude, he was Definitely looking in the wrong place at the wrong time. Loses his life there to the AWP. 3 versus 3. Kiparis takes the head off of Feeney. They have the man advantage. Sobi as well with a great spray. He tags up Tunkis like crazy as well. So he's down to 28 HP. And I think he's going to try to just back off and hold on to this gun now.
He was looking for that 1v1, but then realized that the spray can damage me the heck out. Didn't want to go for it. Pop takes him out. And that's back at it for GoSu. Now, SkitLite are going to be maybe not in the worst situation ever. They could go for a few pistols here and there, but maybe not entirely go for a force. They do, however, go for a bit of a quasi on some of their members, with slowing on that MP9.
Got some body armor as well.
But I like that. I can see why that MP9 is potentially going to do work.
I mean, he's the man with the money anyway.
And the skill, if anything. I mean, we've been saying
that's true.
Definitely impact fragging like crazy. I'm not sure if he's on top of the scoreboard, but definitely one of the impact fraggers of this game so far.
On the CT side, 100%. Coming through, might actually find an engagement there. Misses his head just by an inch. Unfortunate for Tofi, as the A site has been completely abandoned. He was the only one holding this. Tunkis gets spotted at as well by Park. Stovey is going to hard press in towards CT. Miska actually goes down to the CZ. Sloan coming in with the MP9. Not finding anything just yet. He might be able to actually find the man stepping out in towards jungle, but no, the rounds come through the wooden boards before he even gives his presence away. And now Miska actually managed to secure that AK from the man he took down. And he's going to try to hold on to this, but you can see that they're all collapsing onto his position across the board. They really want to deny this rifle. And I think they might be able to do just that.
Miska ready for one, but stop it. Takes him out. 9-3, and SkitLite. Obviously, they do have enough money here, since they did go for a bit of a quasi, bit of an eco, if you will, in the earlier round. GoSu themselves aren't even at the best economical situation either. So you look at it and you see these two players on 4K and you think, well, it's all good. But in the next upcoming round, at least in the 15th, they might have a risk coming at them with a very low budget. Miska on one though. Pak will be going down. Stava at the same time together with him.
Yeah, and they've taken complete mid control right now. Going for that push, something that we've seen previously on this map, done so well by
Doppler.
Yeah, Disco Doppler is always like the guy I think of. Now, coming down, Kiparis was ready for that jump down. He tags up Sloan as well, but still with the double peak, they managed to emphasize that advantage, just having more lead coming down range. Tofi's going to get mollied out. Oh god, Jammy's just massacring them. Second kill as well with a quick connection to the head. The bomb is still in mid, but all of a sudden, what was in an advantageous position here for SkitLite has turned completely on its head, and now GoSu, 2 versus 1, and Miska has no idea where this bomb is going to be going. He doesn't even know exactly if it's down there still.
Well, that's the crazy part about this team, right? GoSu is that no matter how far back they are, no matter how far under they are in comparison to the other team, they know they can get back just by capitalizing the way Jammy did right there. By having one player lurking, or by having one player in those positions that you don't usually see them be in. In GoSu, I think they rely a little bit too heavily on it, maybe. And if it comes to a point where SkitLite are actually going to be starting to counter that, then it might become a problem. But until then, and I mean just by looking at what round we're at, it's probably not going to happen. And if it happens, it's too late.
Yeah, 9 rounds on the board already, like on the T side of this map. It's so hard to swing back. He actually spots out the shadow of one player there. Flashman comes down. He's just going to use that to deflect for a moment, buy himself some time as he tries to find an angle to push out. Miska needs to drop down, and they hear it, of course. Could go for the double peek. What Miska wants to do now, he wants to see if he can find these 1v1 duels, but it's so hard. You can see they're dancing around the pillar, spots out one, but of course he needs to worry about his flank. He's going to commit to the spray, find one, switches over to his knife, but he's got his back turned. Jammy was still on the site.
Jammy could have gone for the knife himself.
He could have, absolutely. He was tucked away in that corner, and now SkitLite down yet again to a very minimal buy. Not even the last round, but looks like they are going to force up. In terms of round loss bonus, they are racking up a little bit of extra cash like this, and then if they can find, 1 or 2 kills with these submachine guns, then maybe it could give them enough money to buy rifles into the final round of this first half. But we'll see now. It's going to be a quick play up onto the 8 site, and Toffee is the man playing directly on it, and he's going to just get taken out right away.
Trying to get out with a flashbang right there, not working his way at all. Slow end with the UMP. Dink and Jammy is sounded like, but doesn't look like it. 78 HP still remaining on the man. Sick on Tunkus. Stavi continuing that push together with him. Not even allowed to get the frag before Sek decides to pop ahead. Compare is on Miska. It's beautiful. GoSu, the way they get in there is they're just spreading out on the site. They play individually so much right there, and you can see how it works, how their pug style, how their pug approach really works.
I think the main...
I think executively, if that's even a word, I guess. But if you
in terms of the execution?
Yeah, in terms of the execution, you can really see how synced they are by their smokes and by their flashes. But as soon as they get out on the site, they kind of let everybody do whatever they feel like they need to do to really take control of the site. And it works so far.
I think what they're also doing a very good job in is that they're placing some of these powerhouses in terms of their firepower representation in the right places as well. Like Shek, for instance, he's been an absolute beast here on the A site, and he takes a very aggressive position. Like you can see that he steps out, exposes himself towards all the angles, finds the first killer on Slow-In, who gets punished right there for peeking his head out over the top, trying to find some information. He's relatively aware, I think, of the definitely a good chance that someone's playing deep on this side, but he doesn't push out now because he's done what he needs to do. He's gotten a kill and even found another frag on the other side of the map, so that leaves him with 2 men left as Pocket's going to come down here, push out, find himself 2 more quick kills. Shek steps out of Palace with perfect timing, and 12-3 here on the T side on the first half of Mirage. Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully not a 16-3. No, 16-2. Was it 16-2?
16-3. Yeah, it could be. Oh, do you mean the other? Like
yeah,
the
other game.
The other
was
week,
16-2.
yeah, that was a 16-2 Inferno game. It was
most insane drive-by ever, I think.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, obviously we've seen many, but I guess I'd have to go back and like look at the demo or something. Yeah. For me, it always
the AK shots in middle is basically it happened every time. So it wasn't.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like the T sides in this tournament so far have actually been like very, very strong. So far, like judging by last week's games, and now already a very good start for GoSu to sort of set the tone for what we could come to expect here tonight. We'll see now though, because they've swapped over. It is going to be GoSu on the CT side with SkitLite over on the T side. So these guys now finally going to be in control of deciding the pace of the game, going with some aggression, tapping away, a whole mag wasted, not finding any connecting shots. Pock as well. Sek, oh man, in CT, finds 1. Can he make that 2? Yes, he can. Jammy comes in supporting.
Oh my god, how is he alive?
God. And now Tunkus is the last man left, and he's got no HP. All it takes is 1 body shot. There he goes down.
He literally just bought time for Pock to get there and get those kills. That was... all right, 13-3 and GoSu. You can see that again. So what he does is he gets that final frag before backing off, hiding behind, and you can see a Pock instantly just starts running like crazy to get these frags.
Yeah, he even tagged up the one guy there on the left.
I guess I don't even think the idea was to avenge from the beginning.
No, of course. No. Like you always want to come in there, just make sure that if you're in a position where you
can save,
you're probably going to die. Yeah. You just want to try to stall out for as long as possible, right? Like you want to buy time for your teammates to rotate in. As they're in an exposed position, you can kind of kill them. Now 5 Deagles have been brought up here for SkitLite, and they actually managed to tag down Pock a little bit. So he's 1 round away from death here from these Deagles. But again, we've just seen superior control in these gun rounds from GoSu.
Yeah. And it's for sure what we're seeing again. Unless Tofi and Tunkus can do something crazy with these Deagles. Reminding me of DreamHack Malmo. Godsent. Is this you?
It's a sick shot right there. Instant flick to the head. 2 versus 3 coming through. There's so many people peeking him. How did he survive that? Takes him down. Trying to realign the shot onto the man into jungle. And I think he heard the man step up on stairs as well. Yeah, probably spotted out right there by Tunkus, who makes the call. So now they know roughly where they can expect opposition to come in from. All banged.
And this 1v1 is basically a ninja defuse or Tofi winning, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you. I think it favors him.
Yeah. And he goes for that ninja. So right. Oh no, he's just barely missing the head by it. No way. No way that just happened. Tofi. He's not even going to get the kill by the end of it. Oh my god, there's no patch to the bruise. There's no patch to the bruise.
They got the bomb down, right? So they will be able to buy up a couple of guns here. You can see a Galil and AK in play as well. But the rest of the team, with only 2 rifles, they will be forced to go down to those pistols. Now, Tofi did do a very good job, I want to say, coming in with that Desert Eagle. He actually got a couple of very good frags, but still not going to be enough here. 14-3 is the final scoreline right now, guys. And at this point, with such a limited armory for the T side, as they step up here on towards the A side, it's going to be very tough. Point blank range Molotov comes down. Stovey takes down Miska, Shek as well. We're getting traded out. Pok actually is going to walk into his death there. Tofi with a Desert Eagle finds the kill, but he does get traded out. And once more, jumping over the sandwich. That was a little bit of an audacious move, and he does get punished for it, leaving it all up into the hands of Tonka. He's got the AK, but he's just going to lose to that shotgun, man. God.
I like Jammy's picture, by the way. Do you know who that is?
Wait, where?
Here. You know who he is?
Looks like some Korean rapper.
He's Indonesian, but
close.
Almost. Yeah, it's close. I've got to give you that one.
That's my closest guess
ever
to anything related to rap. Like, because you keep asking me all these questions, so that's the closest I've been. Anyway,
educating my boy.
Yeah, you're doing good, man. Pok is also educating SkitLite right now. Whoa! Okay, what a shot! The scout comes in. But the score is 15-3, guys. One more round is all it takes. And after opening things up like that, Pok has just been a powerhouse right now here for his team.
And I think we can, with confidence, say we both think this is GoSu's map pick. We don't know, but I think it is.
I mean, it would definitely be heartbreaking if it wasn't, right?
that would even be more.
Yeah, like they feel confident, like, hey guys, let's start on Mirage, let's start on CT. Hell yeah, we won the night round, boys. And then it just absolutely demolished, as we're seeing here now. 1 versus 4 doesn't matter. It's way too much, man. That's the final scoreline.
Well, a 16-3, ladies and gentlemen. That's